What's up, guys? So what used to be called the Nintendo NX now has a name, and it's called the Nintendo Switch. If you haven't seen the trailer, please go watch it because it is worth watching. It does look so much better than the Wii and the Wii U. I think it looks more mature. Aesthetically, I think it looks cool. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is a step up for Nintendo. I really like that the screen is part of the console, that you just put it in there. They're calling the portable screen of the Switch a tablet. I'm assuming that it has touch screen features. They didn't show anybody touching the screen on the trailer. It was really much more popular touchscreen in Japan before it was here. So it would blow my mind if this portable screen was not touchscreen. My older brother works with batteries. The company he works for make batteries for like NASA and the military and stuff like that. So they make batteries that are long lasting. He knows about good batteries. So the first thing he said was, the battery on that thing is gonna suck. The battery is a question that will determine how portable it is, how practical it is, and also the size. For the controllers to be a decent size, I'm guessing that the screen is no smaller than the Wii U pad. I mean, this is my Samsung Galaxy 7. It's not a Note, don't worry. It's probably, I would say, twice as big as this. This iPad mini is 8 inches across, like this. So I'm guessing that's probably how big it is. Plus the controllers, it's going to be bigger. Maybe a little bit shorter, just tiny bit shorter. So I would guess that the Switch is going to be about 4 inches. Now, is that portable? I wouldn't consider it to be portable. I would call it travel friendly. It's a lot easier to take around. But for you to just like slip in your pocket and then take it out whenever you're bored, you'd have to like have a case for it, I think. You know, I will admit that I've always wanted a console where I could play a game, and if I needed to go out somewhere and for example, when I would take my mom to the doctor's office, I would be playing a game here at home, and then we'd go to the doctor's office and we'd wait there for so long, and it's just like sitting there waiting, and I'd be like, man, I wish I could be playing the game that I'm playing at home here. And technically, that's what the Switch does. So the concept of the Switch is very appealing to me because I'm like, that's what I've been wanting. You know, the PS4 has the remote play with the PS Vita, which is really cool, but you have to be a specific amount of feet away from the console for it to even work. This guy on the trailer literally takes the thing outside, and it's like, the game is inside the portable machine. I don't think it's as powerful as, say, the PS4 or the Xbox One. I think it's maybe as powerful as the PS3. But Nintendo has a lot of partnerships with third-party developers and publishers that make these AAA titles that don't look like Nintendo games, that don't look like little anime-ish games and like cartoons and stuff. They're like, you know, it shows the guy playing Skyrim. Although the Nintendo Wii U, it wasn't powerful. Like the Wii U would do like 60 FPS and stuff like that. So it wasn't a bad system, but it definitely couldn't handle the graphics that the PS4 and the Xbox One can. I need to see the Nintendo lineup of games. Right now, the only one that is capturing my eye is Zelda. The question is, what makes me buy this console when I already own a PS4 and or an Xbox One and a PC? And the only answer is because you could play that portable. But then the definitive factor, I think, is, will it be a good experience? What is the software? How big is this screen? How much is it going to be? Is my experience going to be so much better with this game on the Switch that it's going to make it so worth it for me to buy one? Android and iOS and tablets can do so much already. You could play games, good games, on these things. Could you play AAA titles, gaming titles that are released for the leading platforms? No. Nowadays, Nintendo fans are those kids from back then So we're older. Those are the real Nintendo fans. You don't get like freaking hardcore Nintendo fans that are kids nowadays. Nowadays, those kids are playing Xbox and PlayStation. I think the majority of their audience, the majority of their fans are older gamers, like in their 30s. That's who they should be thinking of. So having a console that is much more mature looking, I think already is a plus. It looks like something that Apple would release, very clean and just sleek. The controllers are small, but I'm sure that I think I would get used to them. I thought the Wiimote and the nunchuck were so weird when I first started to play it, because there was nothing like that. But I got used to it. It's gonna be so hard to not lose them though. They're gonna get so lost. Well, then you'll just buy another one. They'll just have like a bunch of little remotes on stand to buy for like $30. Nintendo does that. Like, I love Nintendo, but dude, Nintendo loves to like get that money. Sometimes they release something that is not perfect so that they could release add-ons. Here's the 3DS. Oh, but I can't use my amiibos. Oh, well, here's the pad that you connect to the 3DS. Is that too impractical? Well, here's the new 3DS. It's like, and you might even be able to buy new ones in different colors. Oh, it's so worth it. Nintendo is gonna go all out with the customization of this thing. That's why it's just black. Customize your own thing, and it's like red on this side and white, and like Mario and Luigi, and watch. I know Nintendo. So those little remotes are actually called Joy-Cons, which, you know, Nintendo's never been really good with their titles. The Switch is alright. The Switcheroo is a lot better. Are they motion censored? Are they like the Wiimote? I'm guessing there is the touchscreen motion sensor. Most likely not. And I read that it has been confirmed that the Switch has NVIDIA parts. The Amiibos? They did show them. Like, you could see the Amiibos in one of the shots where the console is. You could see the Amiibos lined up right there, but on the tables. So I'm thinking that they're just kind of hinting at it, and they're gonna show this later on. There's so many ways of playing this thing. Like, you could play on a classic controller that looks more like a 360 controller, which is nice to see. You could play on those little tiny ones as one. You could play as two, kind of like in the Wii. You could play with this weird square thing. Why would you prefer to play with this thing opposed to a classic controller? Does this square-like controller do something? Maybe that square in the middle reads Amiibos, and it's even a touch button. Will the 3DS have a lifespan after the Switch? I doubt it. And it's kind of sad because it's definitely, in my opinion, the best portable system nowadays. My older brother is like, Nintendo should just abandon the whole console idea and just focus on software and portable gaming. That's it. That's what Nintendo should have been. If Nintendo were like, we're gonna be making our games for the phone, for the tablet, you could play making controllers for these things, stands specifically for it, that would be pretty cool. I think that would yield much more profit for Nintendo for long term. That kind of mentality, because they would constantly be moving with the times. They would always have a place in the gaming world, because now it's like it's Microsoft, Sony, PCs, and then Nintendo is like floating over here. Nobody knows what, like, it's kind of like, dude, do you need some help or what? Like, what are you doing? Companies would definitely benefit from that relationship with Nintendo. I mean, just look at Pokemon Go. And it would be like, people like me, I don't like gaming on these things. It's not comfortable. Like, I don't like to play on touchscreen. Like, I can't do it. Nintendo could have been the company that says, we'll make it easier for you guys. Look, here's a freaking thingamajig. Here, use this controller. Nintendo, if anything, have always been the innovators. They would have found a way to make it simple, to make it easy, to make it fun. Again, I'm rooting for them. I hope it works. But I think it would have been really good for them if they had just focused on improving portable gaming with what we already have and making it easier for gamers to find that to open that door, because that's definitely in the future. Portable gaming is already starting to like sneak its way into the game world, you know, phones and tablets and stuff. So Nintendo could have been that leading company, that company that jumped on it first and just took it forward and just owned it. But I'm definitely keeping my mindset open for the Switch. Like I said, I think it looks cool. I do have my doubts, but I definitely am waiting to fully judge it until we've seen more, until they've confirmed the size, the battery, the software, all of that stuff, and have shown off their lineup of games. On the trailer, it says it's going to be released in March 2017. I've read that it is on track. So yeah, best of luck to Nintendo. It makes me... If it's definitely going to be worth it, I will definitely support it. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this whole Nintendo Switch. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.